Yo, what's up guys? EL70 here, and got another unboxing video today. This one should go by a little bit faster. We got the new Buzz Bee Air Max 10 right here, and I guess I decided to pick this up considering Nerf doesn't really make air blasters anymore, and yeah, so I figured that I'd pick this one up because it does apparently boast ranges up to 60 feet, and honestly, just by looking at it, it looks a lot like the old AirTech 4000, except this one's just way longer than that. Like, the turret's very similar, and well, they're both air-powered. I wouldn't be surprised if a Buzz Bee knocked off a 4K or a 3K tank, since they're exactly the same inside of this thing. I wouldn't at all be surprised about that. So I'm going to go ahead and get this open. Alright, have a look at the blaster itself before I pull the darts out. Oh wow, sounds like something's already broken off inside of the gun. I'm going to be opening this up anyway, so I'll pull whatever that is out. But handle's fairly comfortable. It's got a very nice rotation map. Much better than the 4Ks, where it rotates on the pump, and see the air release. Is that something in the pump that's breaking? Jeez. I think the air release valves kicked in a long time ago. Is that back pressure? I can't really tell. But there's about 5 pumps, and that sounds pretty good. There's a nice satisfying little pop that comes out of this thing when you pump it up and pull the trigger. And so you got the darts out. These are say Buzz Bee's equivalent of elite darts. They're called extreme darts. They honestly look identical to regular Buzz Bee darts. They're just got this new oh, this foam is way different. It's a bit more denser than a usual Buzz Bee foam. That's actually quite nice. Tips about the same as regular Buzz Bee darts, but the foam is probably what makes the difference here, because that is some very nice foam on there. I'm probably only going to be shooting this thing off with elite darts if I ever get around doing anything else to it. Probably might end up rebarreling it with a CPVC or PTG if I can get a hold of any. And we got one more. Alright, so still gotta figure out what the heck is rattling around inside that thing. And just loads up like this. And that's fully loaded. And it's actually one of the better looking blasters that Buzz Bee's actually put out lately. Still kind of pales in comparison to the looks of most Nerf blasters, but this one's far more comfortable and far better looking than anything else I've seen from Buzz Bee in the past few years. So let's try this out. I'll pump it up to about 5 and then see how that works. Try 3, 4. That's it. Wow, that thing's actually got quite a bit of power to it, and bet if you rebarrel it, this thing probably would get pretty excellent ranges. And it is hitting with a quite a bit of force. And yeah, this is actually a really good blaster. And I normally don't say that much about Buzzbee blasters because they're usually built pretty cheap and they get totally performance, but this one is a very good blaster from them, and I recommend you pick this one up, Air Max 10, and do whatever kind of mods you do, PTG it. That's pretty much all I know of what you can do with air blasters anyways, but probably plug the pump on it. Trigger pull seems fine. I'm pretty sure I don't really have to do anything involving that or the rotation mech. Yeah, and it's got very good power, like I've said, and you probably heard the big thwack from the darts on the wall over there, and it is got quite a bit of power, and I think I've said that enough times already. But I'm going to open this up. I'm going to go cut the video right here, and then we'll go see what its internal's like. And I'm almost certain that there's some sort of a 3K, 4K type tank inside of this thing. I'm almost certain that's what is probably in here. And I also want to get that stupid rattling or whatever's in there out of it. So I'm going to open this up, and I'll be back. Alright guys, so these are the Air Max 10's internals. I have the turret removed for convenience, just so you guys can see it, and so the seal fell off, and so basically this almost looks nothing like a 3K or 4K would internally. Only similarities would probably be the rotation mech, but I don't really know for sure. But way this works is that triggers uses an extension spring instead of a compression spring, like I've normally seen just housed back there. Normally it's kind of like a Mavs rotation mech almost. And as the trigger goes back, this ramp right here pushes up on a valve right here that causes all the air to escape from the tank. And I'm not sure if this is a back pressure tank or not. I'll just assume it is because the hose is going through the back of the tank. Hint, hint, I don't know what that means. But it's also padded at the front, and it gets a really nice turret seal because they've actually put a rubber O-ring right there, and also springed it so that way it would remain pushed up against the turret at all times, so it gets a pretty nice seal. And looking at the turret, typical 10 dart rotation mech in there, and this comes out actually. So turret itself, fairly simple construction. There isn't really any actual air restrictor systems. The air is actually just forced through this hole, and it's just pretty much spread out from the bottom of the dart post in there. Basically all you'd really have to do is just probably drill these holes out, and all the crap in the front will end up just falling out. And that's what I'm probably going to end up doing, so I can have it shoot any type of dart I want it to. So construction of this thing is actually very simple. Like, there's quite a bit of dead space in this thing, and it's very simple construction, and I'm assuming it's also probably very easy to mod too. And just to judge the size of this tank, it's almost the size of an individual Hornet tank. And and that's actually not that surprising because Hornet tanks do get about 60 feet flat if they're in good condition and not leaking. And this one is pretty much almost the same size as a Hornet tank, and it's getting 60 feet, just that. And I also found out what was causing all that rattling earlier was this little plastic bit. I think it was just I think it came off the pump assembly, and it's probably just left on there and forgotten about during molding or something. But it isn't part of anything essential, so that's nice to know. And yeah, there really isn't much behind this thing, and it's a really good blaster, and I'm pretty sure some minimization would do this thing just fine. And you'll probably have a pretty solid primary if you're into pumping it and such. But yeah, goodbye. It's a good little creation on Buzzbee's part, and if I was to judge this like I usually do on my review, I'll have to give this thing a 5 out of 5, which is something I rarely do with Buzzbee blasters if I ended up reviewing all of them that I have in my closet. But very good blaster once again, and that'll conclude my overview and first impressions on the Air Max 10, and thanks for watching. And I'll be hopefully I'll be getting a Secret Shot 2 in the mail sometime this month. I'm not going to be very active on the blogs because I'm going to have football and such, and I'm going to be pretty busy for the remainder of summer. So hopefully I get my Secret Shot 2 from Thalia 14, however you pronounce that name, and in some places he's also known as Castiel Angel. So hopefully I get that Secret Shot from him when he gets it from Craigslist, and I'll have a review and probably a mod for that thing, and hopefully it gets good ranges, because I hear they get like about 80 feet. But yeah, I'll have that up when it arrives in the mail, and I'll see you guys later, and thanks for watching once again.